So Gaffer, we've had some time to recover before this Friday's games. What are your final thoughts on what you saw on Saturday?
I thought it was a dominant performance in virtually every facet of the game apart from the scoreline. It should have been more than one, but it wasn't. But the crucial thing, it's a +3. That's the main thing.
And I'd imagine that's quite important for the confidence in the group. And obviously, it's difficult when you lose 2 on the bounce after being on such a good run. I'm sure that's given them a boost.
Yeah, look, we've lost 2 in 11. When you put it like that, I'm not sure it's the same sort of outlook or mindset as what maybe the question. But yeah, I don't think they need much. You know, we probably should have drawn against Colchester and Salford, really. But we didn't. So we're probably 2 points shy of what we should have had. But, you know, we're now in the playoffs. You know, it's crazy. We were never in the playoffs when we're 8 unbeaten. We lose 2 and win the next one, and you get in. But that's the division. That's where we're at the minute. That's what this division can do. Anyone can beat anyone. Colchester are the most informed team in the league, but that doesn't mean they're infallible. Likewise, anyone near the bottom can't beat anyone. We've seen that with sort of Carlisle won last week, for example. Tranmere has been on a good run. So we know that it'll be a tough game. I watched Port Vale last night get beat by Barrow. You know, so we know it's a tough league, and we know it's always a challenge whoever you're facing, and it'll be no different Friday night.
Yeah, and touching on George McKechran quickly, we spoke to him after he scored his first goal against Fleetwood, and he said that you were pushing him to contribute more in that final third, score goals, get assists. How pleasing is it for you to see him score again?
Yeah, look, however fortuitous it was, he's got the ability to step up and take a free kick. So, you know, I've sort of pulled his leg on Monday morning saying he's got 100% more goals than he's ever got in his career before, which it made him giggle. But you know, it's also highlighting the fact that he can score even more. He's technically excellent, and when he gets in that final third, he's got to become more effective and more proficient. You know, he does it in every other area of the pitch, and he's got to do it in the final third as well. And he's not the only one. You know, we've got to challenge all the players in different areas and different parts of the game, and that's one of George's areas of improvement. And like I say, he'd only ever scored 1 goal before he come to us, having played a fair number of games, and he's got the ability to do that. So he has got to score more, and hopefully he'll score more between now and the end of the season.
Yeah, and obviously focusing on Colchester now, like you said, the most informed side in the division at the moment. I'm sure you're expecting a tough game, like they always are.
Yeah, like I just said, there's no easy games. There's no easy games. It doesn't matter what stage of the season. So I don't think it's a, final furlong stage of the season. Sometimes there might be a touch easier at this stage because somebody might be mid-table, obscurity if you like. But with 8 games to go, it's all to play for, and it's one we're looking forward to. We want to be involved in big games at the right end of the table, and this is.
Yeah, and as you know, the Cowleys pride themselves on a strong defensive base to build off of. Only Wimbledon and Bradford conceding less this season. You need the lads to be as ruthless as they can on top, don't you?
Yeah, look, we know we create big chances. We're not particularly worried about that. But it's about putting the ball in the back of the net, and that's what we've got to do. They don't, like I said, they don't give up much. Danny and Nicky have always had strong defensive units, and we've got to make sure that when chances come our way, we take them. But that's the same in before any game, if you like. We took 1 on Saturday when we should have took more. Hopefully we'll get the same amount of chances on Friday night, and if we do, then I'm sure we'll score some goals as well.
Yeah, touching on Kieran Green as well, we spoke to him after the game on Saturday, and he was quite down in the dumps about his chance that he missed. It was a big chance. Have you had the chance to speak to him about
Yeah, of course. I've spoken to him all about various bits of the game, and like I said in the press about Luca, in his chance, you do so much right, but don't let the last bit define what you've done that are all positive sort of steps and outcomes to get you the chance. And Greeny was no different. His time of his run, the angle of the run, all that, the touch. It was only the actual decision for what, if he'd have decided to lift it, he'd have scored. So it was actually just the decision. But he's been in that position a lot more this season than he ever has in his whole career. And if he plays on Friday night and he gets one of them chances, I'd still back him to stick it away because he's developed that part of his game.
Yeah. Gezzaturi, back from international duty, if I'm correct in belief.
Yeah. Obviously he went away. We haven't seen him yet, so we'll assess him when we see him next. He's obviously sub not used for 2 games and 2 defeats in the last 96th minute and 85th minute for him, bless him. But so we'll see how he is when we next make sort of eye contact with each other.
Yeah, that's obviously a nice boost to have, having come back into contention and hopefully a few others in the coming weeks as well.
Yeah, look, we want every player fit. There's not, I'm sure every manager would say the same. And if they've been on international duty, then you hope they come back and they've done enough training and enough sort of match play and what have you, not to get injured but to keep ticking over and be fresh for the game.
Yeah. Lastly, Friday night game in Essex at 7:45. So it's a difficult ask for the fans. We've sold just under 400.
Wow.
What's your message to the fans to get behind us? I'm sure you want to put in a big performance for them in front of our amazing support.
Yeah, look, I think I'll never forget when we took whatever it was 600-700 to Carlisle on a Saturday, and then there's over 1,000 at Wimbledon on the Tuesday night. Gillingham, on the Tuesday night. Another 700, whatever the numbers were. And I'm like, this is incredible. It's like incredible sport. Them numbers don't surprise me. I'm hoping we'll give them plenty to cheer about. I hope they bring the singing voices. It'll be a good game. I'm sure it'll be a good game. And our away form has been something that the fans can generally cheer about, and we've got to make sure that's the same again. Come sort of 10 o'clock on Friday night, and we thank them obviously for their brilliant support.